Well, happy Thursday.
Yeah, I'm screaming it at you.
We're screaming. It's all caps.
It's all
caps. That want to know, it's all caps. Happy Thursday.
If you're watching and you are part of the music department, then you just got an email, all caps, screaming at you.
Yeah. It shows you exactly how we're treated in the music department. We're
I'm like, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's what I get from a lot of the music department. Oh, I don't even check my email. So I figure if I all caps the subject, that maybe they'll just won't even read the email. It's just okay. There's practice tonight.
There's practice time. Yeah.
Before they hit delete.
So we welcome you to Thursday.
Yes.
We're going to do announcements here in a minute, but we want to make sure that if you're watching, we want to know that you're watching.
Yes.
Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any prayer requests as well, let us know. We also want you to hit your little bell if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to hit that bell to know that
Subscribe.
We are on. That'll let you know when we're on every week, because it's a little fluid. Sometime after 1 o'clock on Thursdays, we try to get on. So we want you to know when we're on so that you can watch, so that as we go along, announcements tend to disappear from service time.
Yes.
Take it away from what we're doing in service.
That is correct.
It is Thursday. Lots going on here at Maranatha.
I don't know how to sit right now. I'm trying to find.
We're like Ricky Bobby, not really sure what to do with our hands.
They took our couch, which this looks. We got Groot with us.
Yeah.
So his announcement is, "I am Groot."
Corey said that we were to tell you all they were looking for decorations, and Groot was about the only thing they could find. So I'm cool with it.
I am too, man. Groot's a cool character.
Yeah.
But we have found out that I can't
smack the chair.
Smack the chair. So now I'm like trying to find a comfortable place, because when I get excited,
Joni is watching from the office down the J.
I don't know what down the J is. She's down the J.
Down the hall.
So Joni is the one that sent me a screenshot last night of the definition of malarkey.
Yeah, which
because I did use bold malarkey. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And when you're talking about foolishness, and then you find out that the word malarkey means foolish, I'm like,
foolish talk. I think it's
foolish talk. Yeah. Kind of went right along with where I was at, and I didn't even know it.
See, you got people in the congregation just supporting you.
I'm thankful, because it's been a week. It's been a week.
Been one of those where you wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But malarkey, we know now. There's a lot of other things we know from Joey's sermon last night. If you missed it, you missed a good one.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I mean, I will agree, but I'm the one that preached it. But I appreciate that. I know. Sorry, Chris. He's getting on the mix. Jesus, we're going to help us, Lord. But yeah, we took pause. We hit pause on the spiritual gift series because Pastor was out of town. It was just a good time, and the worship was solid. I love the fact that the team is growing in their leadership. Mm-hmm. You've led some songs last night. Scott, that beautiful baritone voice, and then Shelby and Tanya are just they're solid. It makes it fun. Makes church fun.
Absolutely.
So I'm thankful for that. But we've become family,
mm-hmm.
Which is great, because that's what we're in the middle of on Sundays. Is our family series. The definition of malarkey actually came from Tim Kemper.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for sharing that and not taking credit, Joni.
Yeah.
And giving credit where credit's due. So, Tim.
Well, at least you had the thought to
Agreed. I appreciate that.
So there's that.
But on Sundays, we are continuing our family series.
Yes. It's the imperfect home.
It is. Thank God we got the big LED wall, which is not ours.
Right. We need to make sure that you're aware of that.
So I'm addressing this as a whole because I've been asked 100 times. But the wall, we've got one. Thank you, Full Spectrum Audio, for letting us use theirs until ours comes in. But we're doing this Imperfect Home series. We did the foundation week 1. Last week was...
No,
Blueprints was week 1. Foundations
was last
this week is walls and ceilings.
Okay. So we're getting there.
Yeah, we're building the imperfect home.
And what I would suggest folks do is go back.
Yes.
If you haven't been with us the past 2 weeks, go back, watch those so that you're prepared for this week. As we get closer, we're just a couple of weeks off from wrapping up the Imperfect Home series because now we're walls and roofs. So.
And before it's over, we will build the imperfect home. And you may say, well, why is it imperfect? It's because we live there.
Right. Exactly.
I will be the first to tell you, my home is imperfect because Joey abides there. But one thing that we're doing to try to build the family, next week, the staff will not be in the office. We are going on a staff retreat with no agenda to just build the staff family.
Cool.
So with that, we're not having Wednesday service on 10-4, good buddy.
So that would be
I just sang that right there.
10-4, good buddy.
You guys are laughing at me right now.
I think that would be National CB Day.
Yes. We were sitting here discussing what CB meant. Chris was trying to inform us. So
I asked the guys, do you know what CB means or stands for?
And
I think there's some great answers.
We do. We said what?
I said no.
Corey said he didn't know, but then we heard community.
Corey was honest.
Then we heard community band, country band, and then jokingly I said contraband.
Contraband.
But we don't do that around here.
Right.
Corey
Or
didn't drop CBD oil. The original CBD. But Chris told us it really means
community band.
Community band. So on 10-4, October the 4th, which is Wednesday,
good buddy,
we are not having service in the building or online. Here's what we're asking you to do, is to do something with your family.
Right.
Make that an intentional family evening. Take a picture, post it, hashtag imperfect with the letter M, so that way we can see it. And if you're like, well, I don't have anybody, like I'm single, I don't have anybody, then get with your church family,
So, Corey, if you can, in the comments, if you can put that hashtag imperfect for them, just so they can copy it.
There you go.
We also want to say hey to Kelly Tillis, who always waits on us to get on, so thank him for
Yeah.
letting us know he's on, and Peggy Bailey's watching. So,
Fantastic.
thank you guys for there's your hashtag.
Yeah, right there.
So you can just copy that when you take your picture and post it back to the Maranatha Facebook page.
We just want to see, and here's the deal. We'll take some pictures of us at staff retreat and let you see what we're doing. We have no agenda. We just want to go spend time together because we believe
you all should do a contest who can pull the funniest face.
Who could pull up, well...
Joey? Gosh,
just
Joey just wins it all.
All I have to do, I just show up. That's what I do.
Yes. I think that's what they were indicating from over in the corner.
Yes.
I can't wait to get a camera on those guys.
So, right. One day we're going to...
Because it's really hard to kind of keep together at some points in the thing because they're doing their thing.
Yeah. We need to have our own controller with a camera there.
Hey, by the way, for those of you that like Lord of the Rings, for those of you that are Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter kind of deal, Dumbledore has passed away today. Did you know that?
I did not.
The second Dumbledore?
The old guy?
Because the first one already passed.
Yeah, the old guy. Just so you know. That was shocking news to me as I was coming in that Dumbledore's passed away. And there's a new Ghostbusters being worked on.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
All right.
Those just came out.
Are they bringing like Dan Aykroyd back?
Probably not.
And Rick Moranis. Man, back in the day, Rick Moranis was hilarious.
I think it's going to be Bill Murray this time.
I mean, that's pretty funny too. I can handle that.
So
He's getting older.
Yeah, he is getting old.
Yeah.
They're all getting old.
I watched it.
We're all getting old.
I watched Space Jam with my son The original. I've not seen this new one with LeBron.
Yeah.
MJ, and when Bill Murray shows up and is like, I'm here to save the day. It's like,
Yes.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray could always save the day.
He's like Scottie Pippen for the Toon Squad.
So again, no service next Wednesday, 10-4, good buddy.
That's right. Then this one I'm excited about as a dad of a young person, learning to navigate the digital age
Right.
safely.
We had previously announced this as an internet safety course. but
Yeah,
it's
so we've
more
changed
of, cell phone permit for your children.
Yeah, and you may say, well, what's that? Well, when we went to Michigan a few months ago, Bethany and I went with Pastor and Miss Tammy. I'm distracted because I don't know what's happening over here. When we went to Michigan, I had just put on social media, does anybody know apps that can help me lock down a phone? And then you get them people that are like trying to parent you.
Right.
Like, just don't give them one. Okay, I wish that was the case. And while we don't want to give them full reign, like Kenzie's turning 12, or she turned 12 yesterday. Jesus.
Happy birthday, Kenzie,
Yep.
by the way.
But what I'm trying to do is to give her some freedom without giving her everything at her fingertips.
You know what it looks like? They can make a phone that doesn't have all the bells and whistles that that it's limited in its capacity
Sure.
already. You know what I mean? But they don't.
Nowadays finding a flip phone is almost impossible,
Yeah.
and you might as well just tell your kid not to carry one because they're going to get made fun of
Right.
for carrying it. So what this does is that we went to Michigan, and the 2 days after I had posted that, and this pastor was introduced to us, and he has developed what's called the cell phone permit. And his thought behind it, one, he's the dad of 8 children.
Oh my Lord.
So, yeah, pray for him. His name is Jonathan Brozozog. And God has gifted him with an entrepreneurial anointing as well as pastoring. He created this program, and it's 8 hours or 8 sessions that talk about the different things that he has run into raising children in the digital age. Because a lot of times, yes, there's apps out there and ways to lock the phone down. But what that comes across is to your young person is you're just being a tyrant. And you don't want them. But this is to educate the parents.
Right.
As well as the young people. So it deals with cyberbullying, things that you can find explicitly, whatnot. But the cool thing is it's really, we're doing an introduction to it.
Yeah.
And then it's something you do at home on your own time, and you can kind of navigate through what information you want to expose your child to and what you don't. But it's like a $200 and some a month registration. Like it's a 200
Subscription kind of
subscription.
thing.
Thank you.
Right.
It's a word I couldn't find. But for churches, it's at about half the price, and we get unlimited codes to give to families. So in essence, on top of this introduction course on Sunday, we're going to hand families a $2,000 gift that could save your young person. Because I'm sure there's probably some what do you call it, poll out there. There's been some research done. I would love to know how many children are at battle anxiety, have taken their own life because of something someone sent or said to them
Right.
through that device.
Yep. Yeah.
And you wouldn't hand your child the keys to your car or a loaded pistol and without training.
Right.
But we don't think about it, and we're handing these devices to young people, and the age of handing it to them is getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
So beyond being a pastor, as a dad,
Yep.
I want to get ahead of it and equip myself and my young person. So we're doing that on Sunday night, October the 8th at 6 o'clock in the sanctuary as an introduction to that whole program. So don't think, oh my gosh, you're going to have me there for 8 hours. I'm not.
And really, what people ought to really think about as far as the investment that they're making of time. Not only is the church making an investment in time in bringing this to your attention or to you, church is also making a financial investment.
Yes.
In giving you the tool.
Because we think you and your young person is worth it.
Well, and as we continue the Imperfect series, the Imperfect
Yes.
Home, it's about family.
It is.
And Pastor Darren is completely sold out to investing in families.
Absolutely.
He's that's one of his. If pastors have marquee things that they I don't want to say campaign on, but they make their mission. One of the top things for Pastor Darren is family.
Is the family. Absolutely. Because he believes, and I completely agree with it, if we'll build the family, the home family and the church family, God builds the church. So it's all relationship. So yeah, it doesn't do away with the family plan, like on your phone. Apple does a family sharing and you can lock down. So I'm not saying get rid of that.
Right.
This is education
Yes.
on top of that.
Right. On things to watch out for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ways to do it. And at the end of it, you make a covenant with your child and they make one with you on the usage of that device. It's not something that the church does. It's, we're just giving you the tools and the resources.
Equipping.
And equipping.
Yep.
And because we'd rather that than to have to preach your young person's funeral.
Absolutely. I want to say hey to Meredith Petrie Moore watching.
Yes, Meredith
today.
Moore.
I think Peggy was chimed in there while we were talking and is watching as well. So there's also something cool coming up on the 22nd
Yes.
as we wrap up
Yes.
the
Family
Imperfect Home
series.
series.
Yeah.
It's called a country fair,
Yeah.
and it's going to be from 4 to 6 o'clock. Inviting folks to bring a side dish, dessert.
Yeah. Church will provide, I think, some chicken. And then with that, at the same time, there is a chili cook-off pie bake-off.
Yeah.
So that's all together. Kelly says we look more comfy without the couch.
Yeah.
And will we be so tune in. We don't know if it'll be with us, Kelly, to do the announcements with us and the staff, or if we're just going to release Chris or ask Chris to release like I'm in charge. If we're going to have Chris do it,
I felt released.
but we've got some plans. So that's why it's good to hit the notification.
Notifications.
So that way when we jump on, no matter where it's at or what time, you get it.
So on the 22nd, we've got the country fair. There's going to be some miniature ponies.
Yes.
I'm aware that they're going to be dressed up as unicorns and clowns and different things
Yes.
that kids can have pictures made with. No riding the horses because they're a little too small.
Yes.
Just petting them, taking pictures.
Okay, so
Call you Fred.
listen, all I can think about, I'm a Friends watcher. I still watch episodes. I laugh at the same jokes that I laughed at 15 years ago. But one of the best episodes of Friends is when they bet on the apartment and they do that game between Joey and Chandler and Rachel and Monica. And one of the questions is, what is, in the lightning round, what are one of the things that Rachel's afraid of? I can't remember how Ross states it. And she said, and Joey real quickly goes, animals dressed as humans. So when we're talking about this horse dressed up like a clown, all I hear is Joey Tribbiani going, animals dressed as humans. That's all I can think about.
So that should
sorry.
be fun, though.
Yeah, it's going to be great. 4 to 6. Bring a side dish or a dessert. Then you can eat the chili or the chicken.
Right. Or both.
Or both. And I'm not sure how. I think we're picking judges to actually judge the competitions. But there will be food to eat. There'll be stuff to do.
So it's a chili cook-off and a pie baking contest.
Yes.
So if you make either, or you have specialized in either chili or pie, or you
Yes.
specialize in both,
Both.
you can enter both.
I
you can
specialize
walk
in
away-
eating both.
Yeah, well, you could walk away the overall champ.
That is correct. I mean, you
knows?
could do the clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. And if you have an instrument, because it's like country fair, if you like play the guitar or the mandolin or the banjo, hey, bring it out, man. We'll just find a place, sit down. I'll bring mine, and we'll sing like bluegrass gospel.
Hey, there we go.
We may have revival break loose in the bluegrass section.
Make up songs too.
Yeah, I mean, Kumbaya at least.
That means Lucas Nichols needs to bring his
Yeah, he needs to
guitar,
be his
needs to bring
picking and a
mandolin.
grinning. Right.
So
Yeah,
you
the
can check-
picking and a grinning. And their
or he
triangle.
can bring his triangle.
Kumbaya, was that like the
I'll
first
bring
song?
my washboard.
I like the triangle, actually.
Dude, my favorite bluegrass group, black and white television, the Darlings from the original Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
When they even played the jug,
jug.
for the bass.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
That guy went on to play Uncle Jesse in the Dukes of Hazzard TV
did.
show.
Did you know that Otis the Drunk on Andy Griffith was the voice of John Avery Whitaker on Adventures in Odyssey?
No!
He was.
Man, I loved Adventures in Odyssey.
Yeah. And then when he passed away, they found a guy that sounded
Just like him.
pretty much like him.
Kind of like when they did Slinky Dog.
Right.
Jim Varney passed, and then they got that
Yes.
other guy to fill in the last 2 Toy Stories.
Yeah.
But yes.
So, little tidbit
Useless,
of information.
useless information on Announcement Thursdays.
Yep.
And then our women's conference or women's fall retreat is coming up. I believe there are still spots available for that. All of this information and the sign-ups for that event are on the Church Center app.
They are. Church Center app is very easy to download. As a matter of fact, on your screen now is a QR code that you can scan with your mobile device if you have it on hand. If you don't have it on hand, just go to your
Church
Play
Center.
Store and
Yeah.
or your Apple Store and search Church Center app. And once you log in, it'll give you a choice of churches to choose.
Yes.
Obviously, we'd like for you to choose Maranatha and sign up to be a part of the Church Center app. It'll keep you informed of all the things going on. You can sign up for the Maranatha Messenger as well via the Church Center app.
Yes.
All this as well can be done. You can scan that QR code for Maranatha Messenger as well.
Yep.
But all this too, if you need help with, you can visit the information booth when you step into the foyer
Yes.
on Sunday mornings or Wednesday evenings. Lane, Kirby, and all the folks there are equipped to help you out. So see them if you have trouble registering for anything, or you can't get Church Center downloaded, or you're kind of confused about how that works. Just stop in there and
Sure.
talk to those folks, so they'll be willing to help you out.
There is also links to all of this on the newly updated website.
Which is pretty cool.
Did we? Yeah,
You
Corey and I,
guys
we
have
didn't do
done-
too bad, right?
Yeah, it is looking really good.
I am thankful. It was a learning curve, but me and Corey, man, we just finally said, all right, here we go. That website should be mfctoday.org. Sometimes that has issues. If you find that not working, mfctoday.net. Mm-hmm. And we won't get into why all that, but a whole lot of people have transitioned into that media and keeping that login information.
Yeah.
So sometimes we've had to work around some different things. So .org or .net will get you to that.
MFC Today.
And there's links to everything that we have told you about. Look at that beautiful website right there.
Oh, there we go.
Look at it. Corey is
Look at
on
that.
it.
And he's demonstrating.
Look
Oh,
at
wow.
that. There's our team.
The cool thing about the website as he scrolls through it is the fact when you click a link, it doesn't take you to another page. It just scrolls down, and that's what I really like about it.
That was the idea, because you're so used to Instagram and Facebook being a scroll thing.
Yeah.
Is we created a website that does just that. I mean, it's just fun. And that video Corey's showing right now is if you want to know a little bit about Maranatha and what we believe or what you'll find, that's a clip, a link to a service Pastor preached of what you'll find at Maranatha.
Nice.
So it's good. Yeah, man, look at it. You can
the only
find-
difference in that video and what you would see now is the beard's a little coiffed. now.
Yes.
Back then it was, I think he was auditioning for some sort of part in a Hebrew play or something. He looked like one of those kings. He
was up for one of the disciples in the next season of The Chosen.
Sort of Egypt.
Yeah, next season of The Chosen.
Here I put off on Pastor and he didn't even here to defend himself.
No, he's not. If you're watching, Pastor, we love you.
Yeah. It's just that beard was on point
And Beard was on point.
if you're wanting to drive a motorcycle.
You know who else is on point? Beard's on point? Pastor Terry.
Yeah.
It's majestic.
Yes, it is.
His facial hair is just...
Corey's got a pretty cool beard.
Corey does. Corey's like Viking. I can tell Corey hasn't had kids either because there's no gray in Corey's. See, like me, I used to think, well, I'll just pluck the gray. If I did that, I would have no more facial hair.
This is true.
I'm owning the gray.
You should.
Better than bald.
I didn't have a choice. Because I wouldn't be bald.
Here's the question before we leave. So you, and I know Andy did your other brothers go gray?
Well, I mean, I guess, but the other two pretty much kind of like shaved their head.
Okay.
And then the oldest went like not just shaved, but slick.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell
Hard
really
to tell.
what they would have ended up with. Theirs was
Right.
a little thinner than ours. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, 20s was like, here it comes.
Just own it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I did. Now, I can't tell you that another person didn't quite own it, but I'm not going to say anything about that.
Sure.
I'm just going to say
Hey, listen.
there was some clear on.
Gray is better than bald on this head. So Jesus help.
I'd rather turn gray than it turn loose.
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Agreed.
Yes. Yeah.
But we thank you for tuning in to announcements and random facts Thursday.
Random facts.
We love them.
Community band radio. Just remember that. Contraband.
Better than. Oh, Jesus help us, man. Sometimes I just need laughter is good,
Yes.
like a medicine, right?
It is. That's what
Thank
the
you,
word
Jesus,
tells us.
for laughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we hope to see you Sunday morning in service, if you can be. If not, we'll be online on YouTube and on Facebook. So
And I do want to remind you folks that are part of the choir or the front line, practice time!
that's the
Screaming capital. That's how it's right?
But we love you, man. We're so thankful that you joined us and continue to join us. We will see you Sunday, right?
Sunday, absolutely.
10 o'clock. Be there. Love you.